The NFL's 10 richest billionaire owners. There is no doubt that professional football is a big business, as evidenced by the fact that the NFL pulled in roughly $16 billion in revenue over the 2018-2019 season. That number represents about a 5% bump from the previous season, and the league's revenue is only expected to keep climbing as the NFL has its sights set on reaching the $25 billion mark by 2027. With those massive numbers in mind, it's no surprise that the owners of the 32 NFL franchises count many billionaires among them, as the average value of the NFL team increased 11% to $2.86 billion this year, according to Forbes' latest estimate. Indeed, it takes a healthy net worth to purchase an NFL team, though some owners were lucky enough to inherit their teams. As recently as May 2018, hedge fund billionaire David Tepper became the latest person to buy an NFL team when he shelled out a record $2.2 billion to purchase the Carolina Panthers. Less than a year later, Tepper also became the wealthiest NFL owner with the passing of former Seattle Seahawks owner and Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen. And here are the 10 wealthiest NFL owners based on Forbes' estimates of their net worth. Remember to like, subscribe, and more for such videos. David Tepper, 62, Carolina Panthers. Net worth of $12 billion, Tepper founded his hedge fund, Appaloosa Management, in 1993 after he was passed over for a promotion at Goldman Sachs and quit the banking giant. Tepper grew Appaloosa into a global hedge fund giant that managed roughly $14 billion in assets before he began to wind down the investment business in May 2019 to focus on running the Panthers franchise he bought a year earlier. Stan Kroenke, 72, Los Angeles Rams et al. His net worth is $9.7 billion, and the NFL's second wealthiest owner is the man who brought professional football back to Los Angeles for the first time since 1995. He moved the Rams there from St. Louis before the 2016 season. Kroenke made his billions as a real estate developer who also happens to be married to Walmart heiress Ann Walton. In addition to the Rams, Kroenke owns a vast portfolio of sports teams that also includes the English Premier League team Arsenal, the NBA's Denver Nuggets, and the NHL's Colorado Avalanche. Jerry Jones, 77, Dallas Cowboys. Jerry's net worth is around $8.5 billion. Jones bought the Cowboys in 1989 for roughly $140 million, and he's overseen a successful three-decade run that has included 3 Super Bowl wins while increasing the team's value to $5.5 billion, which is by far the highest valuation of any NFL team according to Forbes. Now a billionaire, Jones originally inherited millions of dollars from his father's insurance firm and used that money to start his own successful oil and gas exploration company, which served as the source of the money he used to buy the Cowboys. SHAHID Khan, 69, Jacksonville Jaguars. His net worth is $8.5 billion. Khan bought the Jaguars for about $760 million in 2011 to become the league's first ethnic minority owner. Born in Pakistan, Khan moved to the U.S. as a teenager to attend college at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, where he worked as a dishwasher, making $1.2 an hour to help cover his tuition cost. While still in school, he later landed a job at the auto parts manufacturer Flex & Gate as an engineer. Khan left the company to start his own business, Bumper Works, in 1978 and went on to make a fortune making lightweight car bumpers. Stephen Ross, 79, Miami Dolphins. His net worth is $7.6 billion, and Ross is a former tax attorney who founded his private real estate business in the 1970s with a $10,000 loan from his mother. He owns Miami Dolphins as an NFL franchise today. Robert Kraft, 78, New England Patriots. Supposed to have a $6.9 billion net worth, Kraft started his career working for his father's in-law's packaging company before branching out to found his own paper productions business called International Forest Products. He bought the Patriots in 1994 for about $175 million, and the franchise is currently valued at $4.1 billion after winning 6 championships in the past 2 decades. Arthur Blank, 77, Atlanta Falcons. His net worth is $5.5 billion, and in 1978, Blank co-founded the Home Depot with partner Bernick Marcus after they'd both been fired from executive jobs at a hardware store chain that later went out of business. He bought the Falcons for $545 million in 2002, and the franchise is now valued at more than $2.75 billion according to Forbes. Terry Pegula, 68, Buffalo Bills. His net worth is approximately $4.9 billion, and Pegula made his fortune in the natural gas business, building a multi-billion-dollar empire through the controversial practice of fracking. His company, East Resources, sold most of its assets to Royal Dutch Shell for $4.7 billion in 2010. Pegula used some of those assets to build a portfolio of sports properties, including the NHL's Buffalo Sabres and the Bills. He and his wife Kim bought the NFL team in 2014 for $1.4 billion after winning a competitive bidding process. Stephen Bisciotti, 59, Baltimore Ravens. His net worth is supposedly around $4.5 billion. He paid a total of about $600 million to buy the Ravens, starting out as a minority owner in 2000 before acquiring the full ownership stake 4 years later. The franchise is now valued at $2.7 billion today. JANICE MCNAIR, 83, Houston Texans. She has a net worth of $4 billion. McNair took over ownership of the Texans after her husband, Robert, died in 2018. That same year, McNair paid the NFL $700 million for an expansion franchise in Houston, the Texans, which is now worth $3.1 billion. Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe and smash that notification button. I'm out for now, and I'll see you later.